Just because someone cannot talk, it doesn't mean that they don't have something to say. Give the individual some time to respond to you. People can communicate in many different ways. Like me, I use my communication device to communicate. Some people use their actions and behaviors to communicate. Have you ever thought communication could be some sort of behavior? Do you have any questions for me?
Alright, so Mike, let's hear a little bit about you, maybe your diagnosis and your interests, hobbies. Just tell us about yourself.
I have cerebral palsy, which affects my speech.
So Mike, what are some of your interests and hobbies, things you like to do every day?
What I like to do is go for walks outside when it is nice, go bowling, go to see movies, find new things to do, and play chess online.
Alright Mike, so how do you use your device every day? What kind of stuff does it allow you to do?
Let me tell you what it can do exactly. This is my communication device. What I can do with my communication device is I can put phrases together to make sentences, and it also has a spell mode where I can spell words out too. My communication device also has a few notebooks where I can store papers in, and it can hook up to a computer and print them out. My device also can operate the TV, satellite, and the VCR. My device also can operate my computer with infrared device. It's wireless. It also has cell phone capabilities, and it allows me to communicate with people just like everyone else does.
We were wondering, how did you learn to use your Pathfinder? And I guess to start, when did you first get your Pathfinder? Is a good question there.
It was 10 years ago when I got a Pathfinder. I learned it well when I went to a camp, and it is called Authentic Voices of America. I think the camp came the right time for me.
According to our reading, a lot of individuals with AAC end up abandoning their device for one reason or another, and I heard that you actually did abandon your device at one time. Could you go into that a little bit more?
Yes. Through my elementary school years, I had a touch talker. After my elementary school years, I decided that I didn't want to use a communication device because I wanted to use my voice. I was about 17 at the time. One day my mom was talking to somebody, and she said something like, "Michael doesn't want to use a communication device." I made some kind of emotion then. She asked me later if I wanted to go back using a communication device again, and I said yes. The reason I had chosen to go back using a communication device was that I had more things to say to people, and I knew that people didn't always understand my voice. Now I look back on how I didn't have a communication device, and I wish that I never did stop using a device, because I think it would have helped me out by talking to my friends and my teachers better instead of going through my aid and trying to figure out what I was saying to them.
I know a lot of people that are going to see this video haven't really gotten a chance to see a Pathfinder or communication device in action, so to speak. We were wondering if you could write a little sample phrase for us, and we could tape you saying that.
Sure.
Cool.
This is how I can. Make. A. Sentence. A. This is how I can make a sentence.
So I've heard that you've done some work training people who are using Pathfinder, because obviously you received training and you probably feel that's very important to help other people learn how to use the device. So could you talk a little bit about your experience doing this?
I used to do a co-training with somebody else, but last year it got eliminated to do with the cuts.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a really good experience.
Yeah.
Being able to help people out, yeah. Alright.
And I got P A I D paid.
So you really miss it a lot. So it was a good experience and you got money for it, so you really can't go wrong with that. It's too bad. Alright, so Mr. Mike, if you were the chief designer at Prentke Romit Company, what feature would you add on to a Pathfinder device?
This one I actually had a real dream about this and was driving a car.
Alright, Mike, so we've talked a lot about your Pathfinder today. We wanted to know if there are any other ATs you use in your everyday life that you wanted to talk about.
I use a power wheelchair to get around in every day. And my Pathfinder attaches to my wheelchair, so I have it with me wherever I go. And this is how my chair works.
Mike, was it something we said? Why are you leaving?
Talk to you later. I got you, so it is the next.